2, 3, come into the room. Open your eyes slowly. Sit down. How did you feel with that?
Relaxed.
You will feel very, very spacey in a minute.
Yeah, I have a bit of that,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
It's very nice. Alright. I'm picking, what I sensed the first time is I went back to 1820. I'm going to go back that far for a minute, okay, before we go maybe further. You worked in the mines. You was a tin miner. I saw visibly that you was wearing a hat with a candle on the front. Visibly. Do you suffer from back problem?
Yeah.
Okay. The reason being is I saw an image of you, okay, you were walking in the mines and you literally had to crouch like this as you were going along. Okay, at some point, alright, there were some rocks that fell and hurt your lower back, so I was sensing you've got trouble with your lower back, your lower spine, your back.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, right there, yeah. Exactly the spot.
Yeah. So I was picking up that this is probably where it's coming from today. Alright? Okay, you've got some issues here. Alright? Now the gentleman I was picking up on, he was around 40, 45 years old. Okay, he didn't die in any accident in the tin mine. He was just showing me this image of him, and because he's forever crouching low, walking through the tunnels and that in the tin mine, he was bent down. But at some point there were some rocks that fell on his back and caused an injury. Okay. He was married. I sensed he lived somewhere way down west, somewhere near, I should say, Camborne, Red Roof Way. So he was very Cornish. So I feel maybe this is ancestral. Okay? Way back. Now he was showing me a house, a little cottage it was, but there was a whole line of them where he was living, like terrace cottages. I should presume like tin miners' cottages. Okay? One up, one down.
Okay.
Alright, that's purely all it was. They lived in one room and then they had some stairs and then there was a bedroom up above. The name I was getting for him was Albert. Okay. I asked for his surname and all I was getting was something like a Wright. So to me, it was coming through as W-R-I-G-H-T, which is not a Cornish name, but that's how I was sensing that his surname was that when you was alive. I won't say he because it's you. Okay. The features I was seeing was he was all covered in coal. So I never saw him clean shaven at all. He didn't shave, very stubbly, and very dark, dirty features. So he was basically showing me his life in the tin mines, and his that was his living. So you was actually a tin miner, going way back. Or your reincarnation or soul is a tin miner. You lived a healthy life, you had a wife, and you had, I was getting 3, so I sensed that you were having 3, or you had 3 children. What I'm getting now is 2 of them were boys and 1 of them is a daughter. These 2 were the elders, so I'll go, this is son 1, son 2, daughter 3, okay? Son 1, son 2 followed you, to work in the tin mines
Oh, right, okay.
in Cornwall, so that still follows on. Okay. This daughter here, she actually moved away. She married and she moved away. So she's out of the county. So I don't see much more other than that. She like married and then moved out. Now these two boys here, okay, one of them you know, as in they're a reincarnation of one of your siblings or one of your family today.
Wow.
Oh, right, right.
Okay?
Okay.
You know them. Subconsciously, you know that in your life today, okay, you know you two have met. Okay?
Oh, right, okay.
Alright. Now, bearing in mind, this might be a reincarnation in your son, brother, father, grandfather, or it could even be a female. But you've got, picking up, you're closer to one, and you've got a real close connection to one in this life, and you know it. You know you're very close to somebody in real life.
Oh, right, okay.
And the reason being, alright, is because you two met way back in 1820, or way back. Okay. You may even have an idea who you're closer to today, but subconsciously you do know who you're closer to, and it's the eldest son that you had way back, right? In this life, you've come to meet that person today. Your two souls are in this family unit that you know today. Okay? So you know them, right? Son number 2, I don't get a lot of from you and my reading, a lot of same with the daughter. Okay, I don't sense a lot with this one, other than he worked in the mines with you. It's this the firstborn son, and you today has got the bond. All right, so that again is filtering through in your many layers. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Looking at you now, your features are beginning to change. Okay, I'm beginning to see narrow cheekbones here. So you've got a rather long face. You've got high cheekbones, Shawn. Okay, and then it comes to, whereas physically you've got a round face. He had a very long face, a longer face, right, with high cheekbones. A very slim gentleman. I sense that they worked hard. You worked hard for your living, but it was literally hand to mouth. Maybe in this life is what you're still experiencing. You feel you want to do better with your life and you can't, and you're just living on like basic needs today. Right, so going back is probably where this has all come from. Even though you worked in the mines, you worked hard, it wasn't a very good income, but at least it gave you bread on the table. And I'm sensing this is what's happening in today. You're finding it struggle financially. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's who you are.
Yeah, so
all right?
pretty accurate.
Yeah. So yeah, alright, I'll disconnect from him, alright? If Dave's got that on, his name's Albert, right? Okay. If I sense any more, I will come forward. I will tell you, okay, with him. Physically, he was, apart from the back, he was okay, right? He didn't die down the mines, he died in old age. He lived to be in old age. I also sense for you, apart from perhaps some issues you've got, I think you're going to be okay too. Alright, the two seem very close together. I don't see a lot in the future that's going to shorten your life or anything. Okay, you're going to have a really. He lived well into his 70s. Well, you did back then, and I sense you're going to live to a good age, but you're always going to struggle. Alright, you're going to be. You're going to find life challenging, I should say, but you will be okay, Shawn.
Okay, cool.
Alright? So I'll disconnect from that line.